There now, maybe nobody will come in.
All right, here we go, Coach. Anthony Hartwig here with a Valley Christian basketball season preview and Coach's Corner with the head coach of the boys program, Dolph Carroll. Coach, thanks so much for coming on and talking to us about your program.
Sure, not a problem. Sorry it's been such a trying to chase me down though, buddy.
Hey, you're an important guy. We get it. We get it.
No.
First thing I want to ask before we talk about all the excitement that we're looking forward to this year, let's just have like a little recap of last year and some of the things that you think returning players can learn and take away from the experience of last year.
Last year wasn't a bad year. We competed pretty well. I don't think we were as mentally tough maybe as we could have been last year. I thought as the year went on, we got a lot better, and the kids began to kind of understand the philosophy and get it. And sometimes that happens with us. We got some young kids that end up having to play. So overall, I thought they did a really good job the second half of the season, and kind of understanding who we're playing and that everybody's going to play a really good game against them.
As we go into this year, let's talk about the roster and the names that we're going to be hearing a lot for you on the court.
Gosh, we've got four back that played considerably. Dion Miller, Jalen Robinson, Patrick Riley, Jarrell Miles, Amir Dixon. I mean, those guys kind of had and Alfred Coward. Those guys kind of were a big part of last year, and they all got considerable playing time. So having them back has made it a little easier starting the season and being able to get some more things in that we maybe didn't have last year. So we do have some veterans, and it's really good to see. Only have three seniors, but like I said, the others have played quite a bit. So it should be interesting. Let's just say that.
You want to talk about interesting? This EOAC, always fun, always interesting. Let's talk about your schedule. We'll start with the conference. Talk about what you see out of the EOAC this year and how you think that your team can kind of compete in it.
No idea other than that there's really good coaches. Everybody plays really strong and hard when we get to conference play. And I know everybody's got good schedules heading into conference play. And it's typically EOAC. It's just every night you got to bring it, and every night if you don't play well, you're going to get beat. So it's always been a good conference. So that's what's exciting about it as we go into it.
There's a lot of unknowns. I mean, a lot of teams trying to replace a really good senior class in the conference. What's it like as a coach to kind of look around the EOAC and maybe for the first time not really know what to expect from almost anybody?
Honestly, I'm old school, Anthony. That I try not to worry too much about what everybody else is doing, just because they are good coaches, regardless whether they're playing sophomores or juniors. They're going to have their kids ready, and their kids are going to play hard, and they're going to do what they're supposed to do. We got to worry about us primarily, and then just like I say, you got to take every game, and you got to be ready to play every game in the conference. And it's a great conference, and it's a lot of fun. So we just have to worry about us. I mean, that's the bottom line.
When you're talking about conference matchups, there's a lot on the line. There's a lot at stake. You're fighting for a league title. When you go outside the conference, it's all about sharpening your tools, getting ready for postseason, and learning about what you're good and what you're not good at, per se. Let's talk about the non-conference schedule. What teams pop up that you're really excited about, testing yourself with and trying to get yourself ready for postseason?
We've got Mooney twice. We've got Brookfield's on there, Lowellville's on there, Heartland's on there twice. So yeah, we try to get as good a schedule as we can. And let me think here. I want to say, I believe I've got us like 8 out of our first 9 or 10 are on the road, which kind of did that purposely just to develop some road mentality and maybe some mental toughness. So we're going to be challenged early in the year just because we're going to be on the road so much.
Let's also talk about, all that you do for Valley Christian. For those people that don't know, I mean, you're not just a basketball coach. We joke, but you're an important guy. You're someone that everyone wants to kind of talk to. You're someone that everyone, wants meetings with. Talk about the school system and what it's like to be a part of it and how much benefit you get from everything you do, not just being the boys coach?
God, you don't have enough time. Um, yeah, I mean, this is a unique environment. It's. I've been here. I think I'm going on to 16, maybe 17 years. Uh, I'm part of the administrative team. I'm the athletic director, uh, and we're trying to lead kids to Christ. We're trying to create a Christian atmosphere. We're trying to give them a different perspective. We're trying to work with kids, whether they're athletes or non-athletes, and it's just a lot of fun and a lot of responsibility and a lot of caring and understanding. I mean, we're a little unique, to say the least, and so that will definitely keep you on your toes. Um, and yeah, you wear a lot of hats, so that's what makes it fun. I mean, I'm not just sitting here behind a desk all day long.
What's it like being the athletic director during season where you're responsible for making sure all these sports have what they need, but you're also trying to put, time and effort into your own program as well?
Actually, basketball is easy, just because that's what I do. I mean, that's what I've always done. So basketball, being able to organize, and it's just a matter of time and being at games, but that's pretty easy. Knowing what coaches need, trying to get them organized is easy because I know it pretty well. It's the fall that gets a little crazy for me when I'm trying to run in 18,000 different directions and different facilities and different places. That's when it gets hard. But having it all right here in the gym is honestly pretty simple for me.
So you got to be pretty happy that it's basketball season, taking a lot
I
off
am
your plate.
very happy that it's basketball season. Yes.
You have a couple of weeks of practices and scrimmages before your first game. Talk about what's on the coaching staff's checklist of things that you want to accomplish with this team and things you want to see with this team before game one comes around.
Oh, I mean, the biggest thing is getting everything in the system in place, and trying to get everything up, and so you are ready to play your first game. So I mean, it's just kind of you go down your checklist. You got your checklist, and trying to make sure everything's in, from press offenses to the zone offenses to out of bounds plays to situations. So you're limited with time, but you just got to organize it and try to get it done the best you can, knowing you won't get everything in, and then hopefully you can survive until Christmas, until you need to readjust, and you have 3 or 4 days without games that you're allowed to maybe make some changes, add a few things, wrinkles here and there. So you do what you can. You're working, you're keeping the kids a little longer sometimes, this time of year, and then you got to get them in shape too. So it's busy. It's just hectic. It's just the way it is.
I like that you brought up the fact that until Christmas you don't get elongated time to have a couple practices in a row. Once the games hit, it's game, maybe two practices, then game, and then a game. So how important does that make this preseason, getting as ready as possible for that run between the start of November, the start of December, and Christmas break?
It's really important. You're going to get everything in. Sometimes you're not going to be very good. You may not be very good at it right the first week or so, but as you play and you get an opportunity to use it, the kids get a better sense of it. So you just got a lot. You got to throw a lot at them. I mean, that's the problem, and it's not a problem. It's just it can get frustrating for them and get frustrating for a coach, because you do have so much to put in, and it is a lot of repetition, and you have to be able to master the redundant. I mean, you can't be afraid that, hey, yes, we're going to do this every single day, and you've got to be able to master it, and not be afraid of it, and not look at it as it's a problem, but take advantage of it, and get it really good. So if you can get that across to the kids, then it can be a little bit easier, but that's a hard thing to do sometimes.
Coach, with all these season previews, we make sure that you get the chance to talk about your coaching staff and the people that are working with you to build this program and to build the guys that you have up. So talk about your staff, the people you have working with you to help Valley Christian basketball be as good as it can be.
Okay. Let me think, Anthony. Bill Yobi's been with me since I've been here, so that's been, I can't remember, I think 16 years, maybe. Yeah. So Bill's been with me since day one. He's always been just kind of a rock with the kids, and the kids, he's great with the kids. Uh, John Pecchia played for me, graduated in 210. He's now on staff and has been for 4 or 5 years, and always does a great job with the kids. And it's kind of nice to have a former player who knows my temperament a little bit and can maybe be the buffer sometimes. And then Ken Madison, who's joined our staff the last few years, has been a great addition to it. And then we also have Tony DuFelice, who's been a long-time area coach, who has been coming the last couple of years to help us out. And it's just, we have a lot of fun together. We kind of, everybody's got the same mindset, and, and they're all good, very good teachers, which is really, really nice. When I get carried away, sometimes they know how to rein me in a little bit. So that's always nice to have those guys around.
And Coach, we always know that there are people outside of your staff that also contribute, and there are always people out there that build up a program and contribute to a program. Is there anyone else out there that might not be on staff, but is really crucial to your success that you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, you guys. I mean, you guys are here all the time. You're putting us on. We're able to be on TV. I mean, people are watching us, so it's great to have you guys around and supporting the athletics here in the area, not just for us, but for everybody. And of course, our administration's always been great, and they leave me alone and let me do my thing. So we got a great group of people here. Valley Christian, like I say, is a very unique situation. It's a mission field, and you got people that really care about the kids. And it's not necessarily about the winning as much as it is taking care of your kids and making sure they're loved and know that we care about them. So there's a lot of people, lots and lots and lots of people that are praying for us and are supporting us at all times and helping me to honestly develop these young men as good Christian men and someday fathers and hopefully coaches, and somebody can take my job.
Coach, we know you have a lot of fans excited for the season. When's the first game? When can they come see you guys play for the first time?
Oh, you would ask that, Anthony. Everybody asked me you guys playing. I said, guys, I got 900 schedules. Let me see. I got it up here on the wall someplace. We're at Brookfield on the 6th. So we open up at Brookfield, at Lowellville, and then at Mooney. So our first 3 are on the road.
Yeah, he's telling you what, first 8 of 9 on the road for
something like that.
For Valley Christian. So make sure your Road Warriors get out there. You support the team. Dolph, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate your time, definitely. And we look forward to the season. We'll be out there covering you guys. We can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate the time.